Now, the Tuscaloosa Chevrolet Sports Update with WVUA's Gary Harris.
Tuscaloosa's bronze bomber Deontay Wilder's quest to become the heavyweight champion of the world will continue on Saturday night in Mexico when he will face Matt Greer in an 8-round heavyweight fight. Wilder, who is 26-0, all by knockout, took the fight on short notice. Greer, who is from St. Louis, Missouri, is 15-8 with 13 KOs. Wilder and his team flew to Mexico today to get ready for the fight. Deontay is the WBC Continental America's heavyweight champion. And good evening, everyone. A jam-packed Tider Insider TV is coming up right after the news tonight at 6:30 here on WVUA. We'll have the latest on Alabama's newest football commitment, Tim Williams, a look back at the Tide's dominating performance against Notre Dame in the BCS championship game, and a conversation with Crimson Tide head strength and conditioning coach Scott Cochran. Join Rodney Orr and myself tonight at 6:30 for Tider Insider TV. The Crimson Tide men's basketball team could be without its leading scorer tomorrow night in Starkville against suddenly red-hot Mississippi State. Point guard Trevor Relaford, who is averaging more than 16 points per game, sprained his ankle during practice on Monday, and head coach Anthony Grant said today that the Tide will most likely have to roll without their offensive leader.
Relaford injured his ankle yesterday in practice, so we don't know the status of him for the game. He's doubtful right now, but we'll evaluate it again here today. From my standpoint, I think that gives our younger guys an opportunity to step up and assume different roles, and gives other guys opportunities to get on the floor and do the things, obviously, that they came here to do. So whether or not he's available, our full expectation is to go in there and play well.
Well, you know, we play different roles in practice, so I think practice kind of prepares us for, you know, having different people at different spots. And just playing those games early in the season without them, it's helped us, and I think we'll be okay.
Alabama and Mississippi State tomorrow night, 8 p.m. at Humphrey Coliseum. CSS will televise the Bulldogs after losing to Alabama A&M. Have won 3 straight, including 2-0 in the SEC with wins over South Carolina and Georgia. I don't know if that says Mississippi State is good or the SEC is really just that bad, but the Tide needs to pick up a road win tomorrow night. Well, many of you know Tyler Gates as the starting quarterback for Tuscaloosa County's Class 6A state playoff football team last season, but he's also an outstanding baseball pitcher for the Wildcats who hits the upper 80s on the gun. And this morning, during a ceremony at Tuscaloosa County High School, Gates signed a scholarship with Bobby Sproul's Shelton State Buccaneers. Gates told Arlie Smith he's excited about learning under Coach Sproul, who pitched in the big leagues for the Red Sox and the Astros.
Mostly just Bobby being the head coach. He's been there for a long time. He's gotten a lot of people going to where they want to end up going, which would be SEC or MLB, which is what I end up want to go as. So hopefully that'll be the end goal.
Well, you know, we've watched him grow up as a player through the years, and he's not only is he a good baseball player, but he's a good athlete, as he showed you by being a quarterback at high school, which means he's a leader there. And you know, we're lucky he's got one of the better arms in the state, and hopefully we can develop him and get him where he wants to be.
Of course, Tyler has one more season of high school baseball to get even better before he goes to Shelton in the fall. Well, the NCAA opens its annual convention in suburban Dallas on Wednesday with a host of potential reforms on the agenda. The largest governing body in American college sports is also fending off a host of lawsuits going to court. Nothing new for the NCAA, which has won and lost some big cases in the past, but those who study the law believe the NCAA is entering a new period of litigation, one that could include more lawsuits from athletes. If that happens, it could potentially cost the NCAA big bucks. Well, Lance Armstrong has finally fessed up. In an interview taped yesterday with Oprah Winfrey, he confessed to doping during a cycling career that saw him win the Tour de France 7 times. Winfrey tells CBS that Armstrong seemed ready for the 2.5-hour interview and prepared, though she isn't saying whether he seemed contrite. For more than a decade, Armstrong dared anyone who accused him of using banned substances to prove it and called those that made the allegations liars. Now, according to an attorney who's familiar with Armstrong's legal problems, the Justice Department is highly likely to join a whistleblower lawsuit filed against him by former teammate Floyd Landis. The suit could result in Armstrong paying a substantial amount of money to the United States government. Just a sad story all the way around. That's a look at sports. I'll see you right here on Tider Insider TV in just a few. The news at 6 will continue right after this.
This has been the Tuscaloosa Chevrolet Sports Update on WVUA. Roll, Chevy, roll.